All right, I'm good when you are.
We've been recording.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, you ready for a surprise?
Well, you always seem to have them, so bring it on, bitch.
All right, so I know it's not Cinco de Mayo, but I got the tequila out. You see that? Really good tequila.
What is it? Like
Termana or some shit like that. It tastes really good. Got a margarita. Since you don't drink, I got 2 shots of tequila.
Cool.
Okay. So here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to do one. I'm going to maybe chug the margarita, and then I'll show you a surprise, and then I'll drink the other shot. That's so cold. It's so fucking cold. It is so fucking cold.
Nice. Yeah, baby.
I got you one too.
Dude, fuck yes.
Oh yeah, fuck. I got to take your shot too.
So now you gotta be blasting Vanilla Ice with your windows rolled down when you do that.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. I'm thinking about taking I think I'll fucking start maybe driving around the slam truck a little bit, and because it's got the big system in it.
You know he's making crazy money off of that song right now.
Oh bro, speaking of that, so I was down a rabbit hole last night, and fuck, where did I put that flag for? I was going to show you where yours was. Just remind me to send it to you. Oh yeah. So I was down a rabbit hole, and then I found a metal cover of Ice Baby, and it was done by Daughtry, and it was fucking phenomenal. Probably the best cover I've ever heard in my life.
Ooh.
That's how fucking... It's better than when Shinedown did fucking Simple Man. Like, Brent Smith doing Simple Man held nothing on Daughtry doing Ice Baby. I need more tequila, man.
I love a good metal cover, don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah. Do I want tequila or do I want whiskey? Damn, that was a... Fuck you. I'm like, man, my mic smells like tequila. No, I just took the lid off took the cork out of the bottle.
Yeah, you have your tequila right next to your fucking nose, so it's gonna smell like it. But what's cool though is I told you Destiny's getting her MSW, Masters of Social Work. So she has to do clinicals. She has to get a certain amount of hours and whatnot like that. And she was going through her list of places that offer, for programs for people going through the program to get clinical hours and stuff like that. And one of them is an ICE detention center, and she's trying to get on with that.
No fucking shit. Pick me. Can she take a friend to work day?
She wants to do that one. She's trying to get on that one and either one prison, like a women's prison, or a juvenile detention center for kids.
Oh, that'd be fucking cool.
Yeah.
That'd be way cool.
But no, yeah, when she said like I can go to the ICE and there's an ICE detention center here in where we live.
Yeah, the one that got shot at, right?
Well, I don't know if anybody got shot, but there was a bomb threat and stuff like that. I know there was an attack. But I don't know about if anyone's physically got shot. You know what I mean?
Fucking a couple illegals got shot. I think 3.
No. You're talking about the one that was in Dallas. I'm talking about one here specifically in the very small city that I live in outside of Dallas.
Okay.
But there was an attack here as well in this very small town that I live in. But what I'm saying is I don't think anybody was hurt in where I live. So
all these fucking attacks are getting goddamn ridiculous, like.
But and then let's go ahead and jump right into this bitch. This is why I have zero fucking empathy, or I'm all 100% for feds in the cities, because this is what's going on. This is but see, this is what I'm saying though. Like, the feds right now, because I honestly haven't checked in a little bit over a week, like really deep dove into it, right? But for the longest time, I believe it was Portland before National Guard went in, and Chicago, and I still do not believe that any troops have rolled yet, but anything that's been happening in Chicago has been 100% just feds, no troops. Anything that has been happening has been further, like, more feds going in to support federal agent support, which is what you would ideally want, is just more feds supporting feds versus troops. Am I right? That's what you would ideally want, because that's avoiding any encroachment on what you're afraid of that could possibly lead to martial law. You're just sending in more federal agents to support the federal agents on ground without invoking National Guard, which you're afraid of a slippery slope. Am I right?
Yes. So are you saying feds as in FBI agents, or feds as in
No, like feds as in any feds, right? Because because DEA can support ICE, FBI can support ICE, and just aiding with control and stuff like that, because of all the violent protests and people trying to attack them, right? Like, they're going in there to support, to make sure that like what National Guard has been doing in Portland and everything, like making sure that they're protecting the ICE facility, because the ICE facilities are getting attacked, right, by Antifa. Fed, since they haven't had necessarily attacks on ICE facilities in Chicago, as much as I'm aware of, that's why it's only been federal agents going in to bolster federal agents on their operations. So, and now in your ideal world, to avoid the potential overreach, that's what you would want, is just federal agents helping federal agents versus sending in troops, because that prevents what your potential worst case scenario would be.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah. Now, you do have to worry about the scope of jurisdiction, though.
When it comes to feds, though?
Well, I'm saying so you don't want DEA fucking with other shit that's not drug related, essentially.
They're not necessarily acting with immigration, authority. They're just there for crowd control and helping make sure that nobody interferes with ICE doing their operations, which again, when it comes down to it, like when any federal agent,
so they're doing it as a joint task force. They're doing a joint task force,
because think about it. If a federal agency comes into a local jurisdiction, right, they'll ask for the local police force for help, right? They don't have any jurisdiction to enforce whatever the feds are doing, but they're asking for support. It's the same concept. If they're having federal agents come in to support what the actual what ICE is doing, ICE obviously has the authority to carry out whatever immigration enforcement they're doing. They have other feds helping support that action for control of the situation, given the fact that they are a very high target for anybody at this point. Especially when you have these fuckers in Chicago specifically, where the mayor and the governor have told local law enforcement to not respond to anything regarding ICE. And a judge ordered in fucking Chicago that they can arrest ICE agents, which they actually fucking can't, for doing their job.
Yeah, that they can't do that.
But a judge ordered that they could. I'm like, I don't give a shit what that judge said. That judge is just setting his ass up to get arrested for interfering with federal law.
Well, that's no different from the damn judge in the Tyler Robinson case saying we're gonna fucking gag order 5,000 goddamn people,
or basically the entire country, which he can fucking suck a goddamn cock.
Yeah. Why are you wearing a beanie? It's fucking hot outside.
I'm not outside, bitch. I'm inside.
Oh, is your fingies cold?
These
Here,
fingies are gonna fucking
let's
fish
get your
grab.
let's get your fingies warm. Would you rather eat Lizzo's ass for a month,
Oof, you better come up with something worse than that, goddammit.
or get a hand job every day of the year by Scarlett Johansson wearing sandpaper gloves and no lube?
What kind of grit are we talking?
Pretty. I had a feeling you were gonna ask that shit too. We're talking some coarse shit, bro.
Oh my god. Now,
That's a hard one.
it's a hard one, but just for the fun fact of you didn't make specifics here. You didn't say hand job to completion, so we can do.
Oh, I meant completion.
No,
to completion, motherfucker. I've been drinking. You gotta. I'm slow right now, bro. I just took fucking probably 5 shots of goddamn tequila, and a fucking already drank a whole glass of fucking whiskey, and now I'm on my second. I'm getting in it quick today.
You mean like you do every day?
Yeah, not every day. Some days,
dude. I don't know, man. Nowadays, you remember when you were young, you could fuck multiple times a day, every day, and now it's just like, I'll be lucky if I get it in once a day with how busy I am and how much shit I got going on. And don't ask for it more than once.
Bro, this is a thought that you saying that is a thought that's been in my head for a little while. I came to the realization a while back, I get laid so much more when I'm single than whenever I'm in a relationship.
Well, I mean,
so fucking more.
I mean, isn't that kind of how it goes? I mean,
but I don't think that's.
I mean, okay, I guess it really depends on the relationship, obviously, but I've had different times when I'm single where I'm very, very, very active out there, and then there's times when I'm single where I just felt like, I really am not out there, and I don't really have much going on. But I would say this is, and I'll brag all day about my wife. This is like the first time where I feel like I've had a more active sex life in a relationship than I ever have when I'm single.
Really?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I was just thinking about it the other day, and I was like, man, I never really realized it before, and I started thinking about it. I'm like, you get laid so much more when you're single than when you're in a relationship. Like, women will entrap you by, like, you start into that, like, toes into the relationship, and it's like twice a day, 3 times a day. Like, you make it fucking work, and you're tagging it, and then they get complacent, or you get complacent and you quit thinking about it, and next you know it's been like fucking, it's like once a fucking month or some shit like that. And it's like, what the fuck?
And then they start tracking their periods, and then they're like, has it really been 3 months since we had sex? Yes.
No, women don't do that. Women won't admit to that. Women will be like, oh no, we just did it last week. No, we did not.
No, we did it last week in your dream, probably.
Like my outlook is, whenever I have to beat off more than I get laid, is that really a relationship?
I mean, some would call that self-love.
I do it better anyways.
If you don't love yourself, can you really love anyone else?
I do it better anyways.
Yeah, you know exactly which angle, motion. You ain't got to fuck around and find out. You know how to find out. No. Okay, so yeah. So here's what I was saying about that fucking judge. U.S. District Judge Jeffrey Cummings issued the ruling in Chicago last Wednesday on the 15th. A federal court order expanding a consent decree. He determined that ICE agents could face arrest and contempt proceedings for conducting unlawful warrantless arrests that violate court protections for immigrants.
Really?
This includes detaining individuals without proper warrants, which one I actually learned ICE does not need a warrant to detain somebody. The decision requires ICE agents to wear body cameras during operations, provide rigorous documentation for any warrantless arrest, and undergo retraining. Would a federal judge have that kind of power? Violations could lead to individual agents being named and referred for prosecution. As Judge Cummings stated, agents are not allowed to arrest migrants trying to do the right thing by showing up to their immigration court appointments.
So I think it would have to go. I think it would need to get a. God damn, I don't know.
Wait, hold on.
So
The Department of Homeland Security has agreed to comply with the order.
really,
So maybe there is more to this than what was advertised, because if I'm reading this correctly, on its face, it doesn't seem too bad. Because what I will say, individuals detaining includes individuals detaining without proper warrants or arresting those complying with immigration court appointments. So I guess, so you know how sometimes ICE agents will be waiting in courthouses?
yeah.
Now, sometimes it's perfectly warranted because they'll catch illegal immigrants going for a different court hearing, like they did something actually criminal that has nothing to do with immigration, and they know they're there, so they're going to catch them, for immigration reasons. And if I'm reading this correctly, maybe this is saying that ICE agents were detaining immigrants going to an immigration court appearance before they showed up. Like they were at the courthouse detaining them on their way to court. So it says, because agents are not allowed to arrest migrants trying to do the right thing by showing up to their immigration court appointments. So if they were at the courthouse for an immigration appointment because they're trying to take care of whatever their issue is with their immigration status, but ICE is already standing there waiting for them and then arrest them before they get to their appointment, I can see this as a legitimate thing.
Yeah.
Because the immigrant is there taking care of whatever is going on with their process. Caveat to that, unless that person has some kind of criminal proceeding or whatever like that, that's a separate issue. Take that fucker out. What I'm saying is, if this is just a normal everyday person, good, hardworking person who wants to be an American and is going there to handle their business like they should be doing, then absolutely. Mm-hmm. I have nothing wrong. I see nothing wrong with this. This wasn't the way it was advertised, obviously, because they're trying to make this seem like a huge win. Like, no, I can see why this might have been into an abuse of power situation. Nothing has been perfect about anything going on. This has been a balls to the wall situation with everything. Shit happens.
Yeah.
But I can agree with this standing. I don't see anything wrong with this. I don't see anything wrong.
Absolutely.
I can admit that I misinterpreted the situation.
And if they tried to do anything, like if anyone opposed it, they'd have to send it up to the circuit court and they'd have to do an appeal. But no, that sounds justified. I think anyone can stand behind that. You know what I mean? If someone's going to do the right thing, that's like fucking, let's say someone missed a court date, that was out on, bail or something, or on bond. And they're like, oh shit, I got to get over there. They didn't have a ride. For some reason, they couldn't get there. That's like a bail bondsman standing outside the courthouse when they're walking into the courthouse to be like, hey, I messed up. I screwed up. I missed my thing. Can I reschedule? You know what I mean? I think that's the same situation, like
depending on what their actual reasoning is, is one thing, but because obviously everybody's like, I couldn't get it. Like it, I think in certain aspects, for depending on what the situation is, what the bond is for and everything like that, it is still up to the best judgment, of what's going on and the person and flight risk and ways and means and standards, whether or not you give that person another chance. But obviously they kind of get one chance. You can't keep giving chances out and everything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But going back to what I was saying before, as far as warrants go for ICE, because I actually learned this. I learned this on TikTok, but then I verified, right? ICE does not always require a judicial warrant to arrest an individual suspect of being suspected of being an undocumented immigrant, but the legal requirement depends on the circumstance of the arrest.
Or if it also falls into place of the castle doctrine.
We're not talking about castle doctrine. We're just talking about if they're in a place of business or
public air.
Yeah.
Okay, so, public air.
Yeah. So, but even then, 99% of the time, ICE doesn't use judicial warrants. That's not what they use for to detain people. They use administrative warrants. But people are always like, show me a judicial warrant. No, that's not what ICE usually uses. And they don't need a warrant to detain someone suspected of being an illegal immigrant. You don't need a warrant to detain somebody, period, in any law enforcement. To detain somebody.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, here's a funny thing that could hypothetically be done, that maybe it's done in certain states that have very strong game warden appearance. ICE will use game wardens, because game wardens, when they believe that there are poaching offenses or certain game offenses, they don't need a warrant at all to walk into your house. Or maybe it's easier. They get a different warrant. They get I don't remember what it is. I think it's that they don't even need a warrant, but there's something about it where they can essentially, other departments will use game wardens, essentially, if they can't get a warrant for something.
Game wardens.
DEA does it as well. DEA uses the game wardens as well.
ICE typically uses administrative warrant to arrest individuals for immigration violations. Like I said, that's usually what it is, administrative violation, because they're violating their visas or their immigration status, administrative. When warrant is not required, ICE officers can arrest an individual without a warrant if they have probable cause to believe the person is in the U.S. unlawfully and is subject to removal. Now, let's talk about probable cause. Senor Dusty, if I am coming in and I'm an immigration official and you are a beaner sitting out with a bunch of beaners next to a bunch of people in
Home Depot, parking lot.
Who cares where it is, right? And I come up and you plus everybody else take off running because you're afraid of me, if somebody in immigration customs enforcement uniform, ICE, real big across my chest. And you all take off. I can now detain and arrest all of y'all under probable cause that you're an illegal immigrant, because why did you run from me?
Mm-hmm. You're right.
That is a probable cause arrest. What other reason do you have to
it's
run
a detainment. It's a probable cause detainment. They still have to investigate, and then they can arrest. So you can go from, because no matter what, they have to have articulable suspicion. God, you can tell I've been drinking already.
Yeah, but it's like, why else would you run? You have nothing to hide. Don't run.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because, and I'll tell you the perfect example. I've been in a not similar situation. Obviously it wasn't, I'm not illegal. It was when I don't think I graduated yet. It was either right before I graduated or just after I graduated high school. It's at a house party. Okay. And obviously we're in this little neighborhood and everybody's under 21. Everybody's drinking. I hadn't been drinking at the time. I for that time, that day, that night, whatever, like I was just like, I don't feel like, I'm not going to drink. So just drink, not drinking. Everybody else is drunk. And they're all outside in the front yard, in the small neighborhood, in the middle of the night, being loud and stupid. And I'm telling them, like, guys, the cops are going to come if you do not shut the fuck up. Like, but they will not get through their heads, shut up, or go back inside. So I'm just standing there, leaning up against my car. And what happens? No sirens, no lights, just cop just comes around the corner, all nice, whatever. And I was like, now look what you did. Everybody, like roaches, scatters. I just stood there. Why am I going to run? I'm perfectly sober. And so the cop gets out and he's like, why didn't you run with your friends? I'm like, I'm sober. I have no reason to run. So why the hell am I going to get in trouble for running for no reason? And he starts laughing. He's like, we'll see about that. Gave me a full field sobriety test, took a breathalyzer, 100%, zero, all the way across, nothing. He's like, all right, get out of here. I was like, I had nothing to hide. I had no reason to run. So why would I make myself a target to take off in my car and run from a cop when I had no reason to run? Like, so that's why I'm telling you, like, if you have nothing to hide, don't run.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I stand with you on that. I'm right there with you. Like, the problem is so many cops are fucking dickheads nowadays, and they try to hem you up on shit. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
and I can get that too. Yeah.
Like, we recently had a fucking situation over here where, God, what happened? I was driving. So I had been up all night the night before. I went fishing and was up for like, I don't know, 20 something hours. Got home the next morning, went inside, took a nap, got up. I think we were going to go watch the Texans game or some shit like that. And I'm driving down the road. I went up to HEB and I'm driving back to the house and end up getting pulled over. And I hadn't drank or anything, like not drinking. I had just gotten up. My eyes were probably bloodshot a little bit. I don't know, maybe. And this fucking asshole. So yes, was I speeding? Absolutely. Did I have something plugged into my truck that I had to explain something to them about data logs? Yeah, I did. So essentially what happened is he's coming the opposite direction. I'm going that way. My fuzz buster never went off. So that means he didn't have the radar detector and, it on. And he flips around. He comes up behind me. By now I'm down to the speed limit. He pulls me over. So first he starts on with the speed. And I said, okay. I said, well, you can give me a ticket for it. That's fine. I said, I'm data logging right now on from a new tune on the truck. And I said, I can pull up my speed by the second, and whatever time you put on there, I said, I'm going to be able to verify. And I said, I'll just beat it in court. And then, and he said something stupid. And then he was like, he's like, you want to take your sunglasses off for me? And I was like, no. Or he said, do you mind taking your sunglasses off for me? And I said, yes. And he said, well, take them off. I said, no. I said, you asked, do I mind? Yes, I mind. I'm not taking them off. And then the next thing he went to was, well, you've been drinking today. And I looked at him. I said, okay, here's what I'm going to do. And I pull out, I've got this metal card, and it's essentially, your rights. And I said, so I'm going to tell you this right now. I said, I'm going to be expressing my Fourth and Fifth Amendment right now. I said, so no, you get no search and seizure, and no, I'm not going to incriminate myself. I said, I'm also expressing my Second Amendment right now. I said, I have a firearm right next to my ankle, in a holster on the side of my center console. And I was like, and I said, depending on what you say next, I said, I'm going to utilize my First Amendment right, and I can be a real fucking asshole. And he's like, And I was like, come on. I was like, let's do this, bro. Come on, decide what you want to do. And he's like, you have a good day, son. And I'm like, go fuck yourself. Like, you didn't smell alcohol in my truck. You didn't smell alcohol on me. Like, because he said he smelled alcohol in the truck. That's what he said. He says, I think I smell, or he says, I get the presence of alcohol in the vehicle. Have you been drinking today? That's what he said to me. Like, fuck you.
I get the presence.
Yeah.
The fuck does that
mean? I can smell the presence or whatever he said. And I was just like, so you're fucking lying right now. Like, no one's drank. No, you don't. No one's drinking this truck. I'm only here. I haven't drank at all. Like,
and now, like I support and I respect cops, but I always know that you get those one guys that just maybe having a bad fucking shift or just always have a power ethic about them. But I still wait to this day every now and then for one to kind of get a power trip on me, given that I haven't had a sip of alcohol for over 11 years, to be like, just try to pull something on me and be like, I smell alcohol on you. I'm like, you couldn't smell further from alcohol on me. And I'm going to tell you fucking why right now. Like,
yeah, no, I'd be like, I smell bitch on you.
smells like bitch in here.
Yeah, but that's my problem with, so look, I'm going to support law enforcement all day long. I'm the biggest supporter that I think that departments need more funding. They need more and better training. They need more and better equipment. They need better tactical equipment. They need more salary, like higher salaries, and they need some sort of incentives. Like, I'm such a huge supporter of all that, but I'm not a supporter of cops doing erroneous things to try to get numbers, to get bust numbers, and I think that's the problem. I think the problem lies deeply within the privatized prison system. Like you and I already talked about it. Like, it's so incentivized financially for the department, for the county, for the district, for the state, and that's at a small level. It's all fucking incentivized, and it's all numbers. The more people that they can incarcerate for fucking small crimes, the more money they make. And that's, everything from fines and, court fees, shit like that, to the funding for them being in prison itself. And then these fucking cocksuckers that are on the board of directors, or, the corps that own these fucking prisons, are turning around and they're fucking donating super huge fucking amounts of cash to politicians on both sides of that fucking aisle, to all these lobbyists. Lobbyists are taking politicians out to titty bars and big fancy dinners and fucking alcohol and fucking shooting dove in South Texas. And yeah, like all the fucking fringe benefits. Like, there's a fucking problem with that. Like, our judicial system is so fucked up, bro. Fuck them assholes. I love you, cops. Don't pull me over. Don't arrest me.
Full cavity search on that fucking dude.
Ooh. I got a tiny butthole, so I ain't fitting nothing in there.
Don't let him fool you. Don't let him fucking fool you. Okay, so as of 2025, there are 50 privatized prisons in the U.S. These are all operated at the state level as of the Federal Bureau of Prisons phased out the use of private facilities in 2022, resulting in 0 federal inmates held in such prisons. So there's no federal privatized anymore.
So remember, I told you that they were backing it off. I didn't know they already backed it off that much, which I'm glad they have.
Florida and Texas are tied for number 1, though. 7 in each. Then Arizona's got 6.
We've got the highest incarceration rate per capita, right? And we've got I think we've got the highest per capita for African American inmates as well. California's second to us, I think.
No, Mississippi's number 1.
Really?
661 per 100,000.
Damn, I thought we were highest per capita.
Gross. Texas is number 6. California's not even the top 10.
At one point in time, I thought, well, maybe it's not per capita that California is high on the list. Maybe it's...
Yeah, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Idaho, then Texas, Arizona, Kentucky, Georgia, and Montana.
Really? I thought we were higher on that list. Maybe it's not per capita I'm thinking of. I don't remember. There was something I remember seeing that we were like number 1 on something on prisons.
I don't know, but probably number 1 for the most badass serial killers.
Most fucking lethal injections.
Oh, bring the chair back, baby. Bring the chair. You know what? I want to look that up real quick. When was the last death by assuming the context is the U.S. Of course it's the U.S. Dude, fuck the lethal injection. I don't want them to go out peacefully. I want them to fucking shake and fry.
See, I think lethal injections, how people that want to commit suicide should be able to do it, but that's just me.
Legal assisted suicide?
Yeah, I'm a super fucking supporter of that. with certain parameters. I think it needs I think you need, have some sort of oversight. And let's say you do 3 months of fucking counseling, therapy, and then you do an intervention with your friend or your family and friends. They tell you how much they love you, that they don't want you to do it, that you're making a bad decision. If you still want to do it, you stick a needle in your arm and you go night-night. It's a peaceful, easy way for them to say bye to you, and no one has to clean up the mess. So,
hey, actually, February 20th, 2020 was the last chair.
Where?
In Tennessee. The guy chose the chair over lethal injection.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. If you don't die on the death sentence, your sentence is over, right?
No.
Are you sure?
100%. Because some guy tried to argue that in court because so he something had happened and he had like died, but they brought him back, like they resuscitated him, and he was serving a life sentence, and he tried to argue that, well, I technically served my life sentence because I died and then I got brought back. They weren't having it.
Died by natural causes or died by
I don't remember what the issue was, but like it wasn't like natural. It was like some kind of accident, and then like they had to give medical care, and they brought him back, but they lost him on the table, and then brought him back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, to be fair, it's a good argument when you think about it. But they're like, no, that's not how this works. Whoa, okay, hang on. How many states still allow the chair? So Alabama, Arkansas, and Florida have it as an alternative to lethal injection. Kentucky is an alternative, but only if you were convicted pre-1998. Louisiana is an alternative to lethal injection since 2024 convictions. Mississippi and Oklahoma is alternative to lethal injection. South Carolina, it's the primary by default.
Really?
Yeah. And then Tennessee, alternate. It's an alternate for pre-1998 convictions, or if the injection is unavailable.
No shit.
If they're missing one of the compounds to do the lethal injection, then they have to get the chair.
Okay, so in some countries that do executions, if the inmate is not deceased at the end of the execution, then in some countries, then they're found innocent. They're exonerated. Or in the U.S., a failed execution could trigger further legal challenges. It's saying that it opens up a door for a certain type of appeal process.
My understanding is if like when they rolled the electricity, if he still had a pulse, they just rolled it again until he was dead.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But I've also heard in the past that if it's a failed execution, then you're released. But I guess it's other countries. But yeah, obviously there's some sort of appeal process to it if you don't die from it.
Dude, they still have a gas chamber in 9 states. Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, California.
Who still does firing squad? I'm intrigued.
5 states.
Texas.
Whoa. Check this out. Dude, Texas hasn't been on one of these, and I'm very disappointed so far. Idaho. Primary method effective July 1st, 2026.
Is firing squad?
Is going to be the primary method effective July 1st next year in Idaho.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I need 2 drinks for that.
Mississippi, firing squad. Fall back. So Mississippi falls back to the firing squad if gas chamber, lethal injection, and the chair are unavailable or unconstitutional. If all of those are not available or unconstitutional, we're just gonna line your ass up and shoot you.
What the fuck?
And same thing for Oklahoma. And in South Carolina, it's inmate choice. The inmate can choose, but if the inmate does not make a choice, then it automatically goes to the chair.
Really?
Yeah. Then Utah, If lethal injection drugs unavailable or unconstitutional, it's also inmate choice for pre-May 3rd, 2004 sentences.
Well, what would make lethal injection not constitutional?
I would guess probably something to do with inmates' health or religious or something. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud here.
I don't understand that. I don't understand what would make that unconstitutional and not something else. Like, that's probably the most ethically way to euthanize someone.
So Texas only does lethal injection.
We're bitches here. Anyone still do hangings? God damn, why is the redneck that says that shit? I can't be talking like that. Fuck.
Didn't we hang a dude from Iraq?
Huh?
Guy we found in the hole, a dude from Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
The whole reason we went to Iraq, fuckface.
Saddam?
Yeah. Didn't we hang him? Like 99% sure we hanged him.
Did we kill Saddam?
I'm 99.9% sure we executed him by hanging.
I don't remember now.
But no, because I remember back then, like, you know, I still used LimeWire, and I swore like I had pirated a video of Saddam getting hanged. So
Really?
no states currently authorize hanging as a method of execution. Wow, the last hanging execution occurred April 10th, 1996.
Really? So all the ways in the United States that are used are lethal injection, electrocution, lethal gas, firing squad, hanging, and nitrogen hypoxia.
Yeah, that's gas chamber.
Well, there's lethal gas and there's a nitrogen hypoxia. It's two different ones.
It's two different types, but it's a gas chamber.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it wasn't us. He was hanged, but it wasn't by us. So when we captured him in 03, we transferred him to that to Iraqi custody, where he was sentenced in a tribunal. Execution by hanging was carried out by the Iraqi authorities in December 30th, 2006 at Camp Justice in Baghdad with U.S. military personnel providing security. That's why I thought it was us. So
yeah, I can remember how he was done, but I do remember they had one of his statues that they had made it look like it was hanging before they pushed it over. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
What year did that happen?
What?
Saddam.
Which part?
Execution.
06.
06.
Yeah. Anyways, so further evidence shows that Kash Patel is a fucking
bitch.
And apparently you and I are just a bunch of anarchists. You know, because we very so rightly question the narrative of his bullshit investigation into this goddamn assassination of the most consequential conservative speaker of our time, knowing goddamn well that it was not a 30-6 that shot him.
Hey, Kash Patel, fuck you.
Dude, it is mind-blowing that these fuckers still think to this day, and I don't understand, because I talked to you about this earlier. I don't understand how, since Kennedy till now, these fuckers haven't figured out how to lay out a conspiracy good. like
honestly, if they were gonna do it, they should have fucking done it like fucking Princess Diane. Like, fucking driving down the road and get fucking run off the road in fucking car accident, or fucking choke on a fucking piece of ribeye or some dumb shit like that. Like,
no, they had to do it in broad daylight with thousands of people watching and streaming, recording on their phones, with everybody to watch and able to do exactly what we're doing now.
Oh yeah,
and see that we can prove that you're fucking wrong and lying to us.
Oh yeah, so I think what it boils down to is the Israelis have gotten too cocky. That's honestly what I think it is, because I think it's the Israelis that did it, and I think they've gotten way too cocky, and they thought they would get away with it. They would use someone else as a fucking patsy, and walk away scot-free. The LGBT community would have made a fucking like example out of fucking Charlie in their eyes, and they would have got their fucking win. It would have caused more fucking civil discourse between the left and the right, the fucking conservatives and the liberals, and Mossad would just walk away scot fucking free and be like, haha, bitches, like fucking sounding like fucking dickhead from The Simpsons, like, haha, like, fuck you, bitches. Like, man, like, they're using the same fucking tactics now on us that they used whenever fucking JFK was assassinated. You know, at the time, conspiracy wasn't a bad word. It wasn't a negative connotation. They fucking forced that shit down everyone's throat through fucking media, and they pushed it and pushed it and pushed it and pushed it and said, oh no, fucking conspiracy theories, they're crazy, they're wild, they're fucking insane, all this bullshit. And they made it a negative thing because they didn't want people looking into the fact that they were conspiring to assassinate a sitting president. Now they conspire to fucking assassinate
A future president.
fucking possibly.
Yeah,
who knows what the
I have no doubt in my mind that Charlie would have been a president. No doubt in my mind, because he had that I don't want to say power, but he just had that power and influence about him. He moved an entire generation. And therefore, when the time came for him to be called to that position, there would have been nobody who could stand against him.
You're right. He did have such a following. And you know, I know people talk shit about, you know, on the left say, oh, he's fucking disgusting. He's this, whatever. He's fucking racist. He's whatever. But look at how many leftist liberals actually did say morally, he was onto some things. I may not agree with everything, but I agree with some of it. Heard so many fucking liberals say that. But the media is only putting it out there and like fucking hyphenating all these fucking Charlie Kirk was a bad guy. They're saying that all these liberals fucking hated him. And they're controlling the narrative for the clickbait, for the fucking ratings, for this and that, the other. And it, like I said, it's JFK fucking 2.0. So just like the fucking government, the CIA utilized the fucking media back then, the newspapers, you know, the radios, everything that they used back then. Now we're in a different day and time. Now they're using social media. They're using mainstream media. They're using fucking all this goddamn bullshit. And because Kash fucking Patel knows that he can't use the word conspiracy theory anymore, because after the FOIA requests and all that bullshit and the fucking releases on so many JFK fucking files, obviously conspiracy theory is not a bad thing. So now we're anarchists. And you know why I think he used the word anarchist? Because fucking conservatives talk so much shit against anarchy and anarchists and all this shit, you know, because of Antifa. So what does the fucking government use to spin that narrative? Anarchy, anarchist, what Antifa is. So now he's trying to back off the fucking conservatives because it's mainly the right and the conservatives that are fucking really investigating this and looking into this shit. Yeah. And he thinks that he can manipulate us. Well, fuck you. You're not manipulating shit. Fuck your fucking grasp on CIA. Fuck your grasp on the fucking FBI. Fuck everything grasp that y'all got on all social media. Like, y'all are taking down our fucking posts and our fucking shit because we're talking what we think is in theory happened, or saying that we don't trust what y'all are saying, so our shit gets taken down. All y'all bitches are complicit. And I don't know if Mossad caught someone with their fucking pants down, if they're blackmailing some motherfuckers out there. I don't fucking know. But it's not right. Y'all don't have the fucking morality. Where the fuck is your moral compass? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Kash Patel either start out or at one point in time have like a fucking podcast that was like a conspiracy podcast or a radio show or something? I may be wrong about that, but I'm thinking in my mind I remember it, but I'm not 100% about this. But yeah, this is the motherfucker that said he was going to make things fucking better, and he is very much so the biggest disappointment of this administration. Fuck, I've drank too much tonight already. What did you find out?
Yes, Kash Patel hosted a podcast called Kash's Corner, which he frequently delved into conspiracy theories, including claims about FBI misconduct, election fraud, the deep state, and the idea that the FBI planned the January 6, 2021 Capitol riot. The show, which ran weekly and was co-hosted on a far-right media platform, aired from around 2021 until at least early 2025 before Kash Patel became FBI director. Episodes often featured explosive, unsubstantiated allegations such as FBI involvement in the Russia investigation against Trump and staged events tied to his indictments. While not explicitly titled as a conspiracy show, its content and widely described as conspiracy riddled by media outlets.
So now, because we're looking into this fucking bullshit that doesn't add up, we're fucking the bad guys. So look, oh my God, I just fucking clicked more fucking light bulbs in my fucking head. I wish I had one I could hold up right now.
I wonder, has just solidified himself as a part of the deep state machine.
I was about to say that. I wonder if he's a plant, because if he starts out trying to fucking look into conspiracies and all that bullshit, I think he's a plant. Like
manipulating through, like, let's think this out. Would make sense, right? All of the ones that involve Trump specifically, without trying to say like, oh, he's just trying to cover for Trump. Let's play devil's advocate and say everything that was pulled up against Trump was actually conspired to try to take him down and was actually not true on Trump's behalf. Let's just play that devil's advocate card for one moment, okay? Mm-hmm. Let's just say that Trump is fully not in the loop with any of this. He comes out with all of this stuff that proves this theory that he always went on about his podcast. Rushgate, complete hoax, all made up by Obama, Clinton, and all of them. Here's everything to prove it, right? He's bringing all this stuff out, as we've seen recently in some of these releases and indictments and shit like that, right? And all these things coming up with these specific things that he went in on, and some election fraud stuff and some January 6th stuff. He's bringing all this stuff to light now that he's most of the stuff to light now that he's FBI director, right?
Yeah.
But going into your theory that he might be a plant looking at his conspiracy theories. Now he starts moving through all these other ones, and those are the ones that he's actually there to continue to sift and cover through to make sure that anything that is released, that it gets released in a safe, not to harm the country manner. That's what he's truly there for.
Yeah.
See, he releases the documents to show and prove his point that he made on all the Trump conspiracies. Say, hey, look, see, January 6th was a setup. Russia was a hoax, blah, blah, blah. Here's everything to prove it. And he's trying to pull a fast one on us when it comes to the Epstein files, which isn't working. Now he's trying to pull the same shit when it comes to the JFK stuff. We know that wasn't everything. Now he's trying to say, no, look, it was a 30-out 6 and all this other fucking shit. And it was only Tyler Robinson on this roof with no line of sight. Fuck you. Now we're anarchists by showing that we can prove him wrong based off of Google Earth and the fact that we're not stupid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've got too many ex-soldiers out there. We've got too many hunters out there. We have too many firearm enthusiasts that have seen too many soft target kills, you know, that have been around too many different firearms, see how they act, see how they react, use different ammunition, everything from hot loads to hand loads, and they expect us to overlook this when the physics just don't add up. You know what I mean? Like, the physics don't add up in this situation. And you and I talked earlier, there's no way you can look at it that 30-06 was used.
No.
You know, if you used a hand load, number one is a 22-year-old kid that's only been shooting for a few years, he wouldn't be prepared for that kind of round. You know, the round is so inconsistent that just to zero it in, it's going to be hard. And then taking a long shot with it, the problem is the wind on a round that is a hand round, it's got a strong possibility of it tumbling in the air. So that fucking round can land anywhere. You know,
Yeah.
it can drop to the ground, it can raise, you know, it can go left, right, you know, whatever. Who knows what it's going to do? It's not going to be an accurate shot. And still, even if it is a hand load, I still see the velocity being at, you know, 25 to 28, you know, foot-pounds. You're getting an exit wound. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I can't think of any rifle that is going to make that shot and not have an exit wound. And that's why, you know, I came up with my theory of, you know, maybe it was an alternate metal. You know what I mean? That's the only explanation. It's either Candace Owens was given the wrong intel and there is an entry wound from the rear, that she's getting fed false information, or
which I think could be a possibility. Like you don't know how far this could go of how they could cover this up. But I mean, you don't know. You can never truly know until you know. So
yeah. And see, that's a fucking problem, you know. And then, you know, all the fucking gag orders and all that, like, fuck, man, there's so many people complicit to this. And I wonder how far up it goes and how far overseas it goes. And like, there's so many questions I have that it's like, fuck, bro, like, this is a fucked up ordeal, you know. And then, you know, it with how fucking conspiratorial this is, and Trump says he thought of fucking Charlie Kirk as his, like, a son, and he treated him like a son and all this bullshit. And then, you know, all this bullshit's going on. Like, you don't hear him speaking out of you. Like, you don't hear him up fucking Kash Patel's dick. Like, bitch, figure something out. Like, the other day I saw a fucking presser where someone was asking something and they asked Trump directly, and Trump looked at Kash Patel and was like, here, you answer it. Like, no, bitch, turn at him and say, motherfucker, I want an answer now. And then, you know, beyond that, you look at the fucking Epstein files, because that's back into conspiracy. And why is it that it's only Democrats that are voting to fucking release all the fucking files? There's there's a handful of fucking conservatives or Republicans.
Yeah.
Like, do we have it wrong?
I'm 100% with you on that. The Epstein.
Like, what if Trump is on that list?
I mean, I've always said, look, if he is, I mean, like, there's nothing that will ever be like, oh, well, I mean, it's fine. No, like, obviously, if he's committed the crime, then that's it. It's done. It's over with. Like, there's nothing that goes like, oh, well, it's Trump. Let's just leave it alone. No. Okay. But people always make it seem like, whereas like, you guys are just an apologist for Trump. Like, no, you guys have had no evidence of anything that you ever said that he's done this, he's done that. You guys have never had any evidence. You just make all these claims but never back it up. But you bring me evidence, you bring me something definitive that says that he did this, that you're claiming that he did, then I'm with you. But everybody always comes with all this shit, but never backs it up. That's where that's always been like, no, you need to come to me with proof, not with just emotion and, well, look what he said. He says a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You're going to have to come with a lot more than that. But when it comes to the Kash Patel thing, okay, this is me just going off of off of how Trump is as a person, how he talks to people, how he handles things, and how he is with people of his team as a businessman. This is just me interpreting how he handles things as a businessman. Okay. And this is from his first administration till now. When it comes down to something as in-depth or anything like that, asking for very, very big specifics on things, right? If he's going to have his point man, his point person, his subject matter expert or whatever like that, then he's going to refer to that person, right? He's going.
Yeah, but
he
needs to start micromanaging because obviously there's something fucking going on.
But the thing is, though, is that he's also a big proponent of. He's always going to put trust into that person. Now he's had Kash Patel on his team since his first administration, and for whatever reason, I'm not going to say I know why exactly, he trusts him and he has faith in him. I'm not going to say it's justified or it's even warranted, but at this point in time, Trump has full faith and trust in Kash Patel. I'm saying it's fully misguided. And I don't think Trump should have him as FBI director anymore. But that's the way Trump has him, and that's the way Trump is viewing his director of the FBI. So that's why he treats him as such. See what I'm saying? Because we've seen how he treats and talks and eventually fires people when he loses trust in them. So obviously he hasn't lost trust in Kash Patel.
Yeah. I wonder who the head of the snake on our side is. It wouldn't be Trump because Trump would essentially be a pawn. Like, who the fuck would be the head of the snake on our side? I don't see it being a politician. Who are we being controlled by besides Mossad? You will obviously, I think maybe it's just Mossad. I don't fucking know. We're in a fucked up situation. It makes me want to drink.
Elliot Brandt.
Who the fuck is that?
The current CEO of AIPAC.
Really?
I
don't know, man. Like, I just wonder how far this shit goes, like what kind of manipulation there is. Like, it's got me fucking honestly questioning so much. It's got me fucking questioning every fucking thing.
What I'm trying to think of is, because I mean, I don't think there's really anybody left, but like any Republicans currently with influence that are from like the old guard. Because I would have said Mitch McConnell, but he's like a walking corpse now, so he has no influence.
Oh yeah, you see that video of him the other day? God damn.
Because if this was like 5-6 years ago, I would have said Mitch McConnell, because he still held influence, but he doesn't anymore because he was like from the old guard Republican. But I don't know of anybody of that era still with influence.
You know, if it is mainly the Democrats that are like release these fucking files.
No, there's one Democrat that I actually have a lot of respect for, and that's Rokan.
Why?
One, he's more of an independent thinker when it comes to Democrats.
Like me, yeah.
And he takes no PAC money whatsoever, so he's not controlled by anybody.
Okay.
But him and Massey are the ones teamed up together, from both sides, Republican and Democrat. They're the ones that teamed up and are heading the charge to release the files.
Well, didn't I send you a video today?
Yeah.
About it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's only 2 Republicans are voting to release it. Everyone else is Democrats.
Massey and no. It should be, last I checked, it was 3. It was Massey, Mace, and MTG.
I don't know. It might be. I only saw it was 2, whatever, on that video.
Because Nancy Mace has her, she's a survivor, so she's really big on it too. And then MTG has been really outspoken on it.
Yeah, but look, if there's got to be something there, and it really makes me start questioning a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like, if it goes all the way to Trump, because he's a sitting president, so he could be impeached, but does he have any qualified immunity or presidential immunity?
No, because it only falls under the time of when you're a president. That's why. So, one, there was nothing for him to be to even be tried and convicted on when it came to whatever on January 6th, like they tried to do. That's what presidential immunity came for, qualified immunity, right? But even then, qualified immunity has limitations. Like you cannot
Yeah.
still like knowingly commit a criminal offense, thinking, "Oh, I'm the president, I can get away with it." But you commit a criminal offense like decades before you were ever president. That doesn't alleviate you from prosecution.
But the other thing about that is, none of these motherfuckers will ever see a day in goddamn jail. You and I both fucking know it. Our judicial system's so fucked up. They're going to fuck with the less fortunate. They're going to fuck with the middle class. Those are the ones that they're going to incorporate. But politicians and the 1%ers, they always get a fucking pass, man. They really do. Like, they're going to overlook it. They're going to fucking swindle this shit, or they're going to fucking draw this shit out and keep fucking, pushing off the trial until each of these motherfuckers dies. Like, it's a goddamn shame.
I mean, I hate to admit it, but I'm inclined to agree.
Like, it's a fucking shame, man. Like, look, I hope that Trump wasn't involved. I hope, all of our politicians, the good ones out there that say they want to do good or that we see the good in them, I hope none of them are involved. But if they are, like, man, it's a fucking shame. And I really, it shows the weakness of our country to our enemies. And I don't like that, when we start having to go through legal proceedings with all of our leadership, or that's why I'm not a fan of impeachment, is because I think impeachment shows weakness to our enemies, and all this civil discourse, it shows a weakness to our enemies, and it leaves room for error. And I don't know, bro, like it's a situation where they can capitalize on it, where it's either socially, economically, or whichever other way they can figure out. I don't know. It's just it's a fucked up situation, and it just shows so much fucking weakness in our country. Like, we're supposed to be the fucking superpower, and we're a fucking house of cards that's about to fall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So fucked up. It's so disheartening. Everyone wants to be proud to be American. Like, I am proud to be an American. But the only reason I'm an American is because I came out of my dad's nutsack on U.S. soil when he was having a little bit of fun time. It was luck of the draw. Fucking 250 miles south, I'd be a damn Mexican. Fucking 1,700 miles north, I'd be a fucking Canuck. Like, it's luck of the fucking draw. And we're supposed to be proud to be an American. And, especially on the conservative side, they really preach the proud to be American, put it out there, be an American, be a proud American, military, being in the army. It's really pushing, be proud of what you do, proud to be an American, all this shit. How can you be proud when your leadership is like this? How can you be fucking proud when you've got this amount of corruption and manipulation and just bullshit? Like, and honestly, it kind of falls back. I can't tell. It kind of falls back on the people, because we elect these motherfuckers. But then again, do we really elect these motherfuckers? Does one of our fucking votes even count? Or is everything completely fucking rigged? And we are in a smoke screen or a simulation theory.
Get the super PACs and all that big donor money out politics. To me, it feels like, I mean, I won't say our votes don't count. I do think they play a portion, but until they can get rid of super PACs and big donors out, I don't think our voices matter nearly as much as they're supposed to.
No, I'm tired of the lies, and I wish that, there's more transparency. Like, here, I don't know if you know this. Do you know we're getting rid of the tariffs?
All of them, or?
We're getting rid of all of them. So what we're doing is we're taking it to the table, and we're essentially saying is we want to come to a trade agreement, And if you don't charge us a tariff, we're not going to charge you a tariff. Trump just signed a fucking bill on it, and they're not telling anyone in the media. They're being super quiet about it.
Where did you see or hear any of this?
A buddy of mine told me. Hold on, I'm seeing if I can find it.
There's nothing out there that says anything of the sorts.
Hateful tariffs. It's to further modify the reciprocal tariff rates. Trump signed an executive order modifying the scope of the reciprocal tariffs. Yeah.
I don't see anything in regards to dropping.
Well, with them doing that, so the verbiage in it, so it doesn't say it's dropping. What it's saying is they're bringing it to the table of renegotiation to do reciprocal tariffs. So that would mean we're only going to charge you what you charge us.
He's always had reciprocal on the table. It's just they've always been dicks about when they go like, well, we want to charge you this. I'm like, okay, well, we're going to charge you this then.
Oh, I know. But apparently there's fucking like thousands of fucking, products that all the tariffs are going to be gone on. Which it's not a bad thing for us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, I think that the execution of the tariff policies were fucking adolescent at best. You know what I mean? Like, they were so miscalculated. It was so, I don't know, man. They really did a half-ass fucking job on rolling that out. Look, you really can't roll that kind of tariff out whenever you're dealing with this type of inflation rate. You're just going to hurt the American people.
Yeah, I mean, inflation has slowed down a lot, but it's still up.
Yeah, it's a shame, fucking economy's fucking really shit in the bed.
But I will say that a lot of people were definitely rage baited and put into a false fear about tariffs just because of the media, because they don't understand what tariffs are.
Yeah.
Because people equated tariffs to price increase the same way that inflation does price increase, and they're like, that's not how that works.
Well, tariffs, depending on what the product is, it can hyperinflate the price.
But no, like, as in continuous price increase like inflation does.
Hypothetically, it can. In theory, technically it can, because so if your tariff is off of a rate, okay, so your tariff is off of a value, and then the value of that product goes up, your tariff is going to go up. Tell me fucking in the last fucking 50 years, products that have gone down in price. For fuck's sakes, when we were a kid, bread was fucking what? 50 cents a fucking loaf, and now it's what, $4 a loaf, $5 a loaf. Milk was whatever it was back then. Milk's, $4 or $5 a fucking gallon now. Like, nothing goes down in value. So every product that we buy, as much as I wish that was in theory right, if you go off of percentages, it does, and it's an exponential rate of, like inflation. It's a price hike.
No, what I'm telling you is this: with inflation causing regular price increases, just because inflation causes price increase because of how inflation works, right?
Yes.
What we're talking about is you have the products, right? You buy whatever products and you pay the tariff on that product, right? Inflation increase at 2% per year, right? You have 2% compounding every year as it goes per year, increasing the price of that product, right? Mm-hmm. Well, the price of this product here, you pay the tariff on that product. The price of that product has not only increased by however much you paid for that next year, just for that the tariff price. It doesn't keep compounding onto that price. You see what I'm saying? You only pay the tariff that you added to the price of that specific product that year when you imported it in, and that's the price you paid for it. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. So,
but what the media was selling to the people was that it keeps compounding year after year, like inflation does, with the tariffs. They were saying like, oh, but then the next year you're paying another tariff on it, and then the price goes up again. I'm like, no, it's included into the price already whenever you buy it. It's not that
it's included into the sell price. So essentially, so if you buy a TV that's $200 and there's a tariff on it. Yeah. Okay. So then the tariff is, let's say it adds 20 bucks on it. So you're going to pay $220 for that TV. Yeah. So now with inflation going up, so the cost of goods and services are higher, cost of wages go up, everything goes up. You have to pay for all this. So next year, that TV isn't going to go up by fucking 2%. That TV, let's say that price of that TV next year is $300. So now you're going to pay $30 in tax or in tariffs. So now you're paying $330. So that's not a 2% tax hike or inflation hike. That's a much higher compounding rate. So tariff can actually equate to a higher compounding rate than the inflation rate. And because inflation causes prices to go up, it makes the tariffs even worse.
No, what I'm saying to you is like just paying the tariff tax right there at the port, right?
Yeah.
As you just incorporate it into just the one time fee right there, that's already predetermined for how much you've already ordered right there. You already
for
know
that shipment
going to be right
for that shipment.
So you can already say, hey, we ordered 10,000 in product. The tariff is going to be let's say $2,000 for this 10,000 in product, right? We're just using numbers here, okay?
So you displace that 2,000 into that 10,000, yeah.
Okay, 12, right? And then therefore we have 12,000 in product, and we're going to sell it for however much. And then with the inflation rate this year being at 2.5%, okay? Mm-hmm. Then we're using that as next year as the same exact thing. Tariffs are still the same, but we have 3% of inflation again, right? On top of the last year's 2.5. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have 2.5 compounded with 3% more inflation, but we're having the same exact product coming in, 10,000 with 2,000 on tariffs, but now we have a combination of 5.5% inflation on top of that. That's what I'm saying when it came to compound of inflation costs on top of what was already there.
Yes, okay? You're right if the cost of the product does not go up, but as inflation goes up, or as the inflation goes up, the cost of the goods goes up. So then inherently your tariff is going to go up.
We're not always living in that world of where we're getting our stuff where our stuff comes from, where the cost of goods are always going to come from 99% of the time. And when it comes from China, cost of goods are not always going up. We're always, because when it came from us over here, right? We're living in a world that we just fucking print money for no goddamn reason and just hyperinflate ourselves, and while the rest of the world stays the same. And that's where we were kind of living in that world when it came to the media of demonizing tariffs, going on about like it's gonna make goods cost so much more. Like, yeah, they might go up a little bit, but they kept on trying to sell it to us like it was how inflation works, compounding over and over and over and over again. I'm like, no, that's not inherently how tariffs work, because when you have compound inflation year after year after year, when the government keeps spending and printing money, you just keep on adding all this interest on top of each other, this inflation interest on top of each other, devaluing our dollar. Yeah, that's going to make shit cost 10 times more. But when you have a tariff, the cost of goods aren't going up, and you're just paying that. It's 99% of the time a one-time cost, because you import it in, you one-time cost, and that's the cost of the goods. And we're not having a compound inflation year after year after year on top of that.
Well, it's a cost every time you pay it. But now here's what you're not taking in consideration. If it's reciprocal tariffs, so let's say hypothetically some of the materials used to manufacture that product China buys from us. Okay. So we're going to charge them with a tariff.
Like
so now,
same type of product.
Huh?
Talking about the same type of product.
Well, yeah. Let's say materials to build the product. Let's say that they're buying certain materials from us. We're shipping it over to China. We're charging them a tariff. Okay. So now obviously the price of that good is going up right there. That's first time it goes up. Okay. So whenever they manufacture, now they've got to recoup that cost from that tariff that they were charged. Now, when they send it back to us and we buy it on that purchase order at the port, then another tariff is charged. So that's two tariffs on one product. Okay. They're not the same value because one is off of the product and one of them is off the materials, but it's still going to change the evaluation of the product of where the cost is going to raise exponentially compared to where it was. But yeah, it's honestly a double tariff to the consumer. You know what I mean? So whatever the tariff rate is, it's kind of half-ass doubled. It's not exactly doubled, but it is doubled. And it could have so much more exponential of a detrimental effect on the consumer than inflation. Because inflation causes prices to go up as well as the double tariff because it's reciprocal. Now, if a country says, well, we're not going to charge you a tariff if you don't charge us a tariff, and we keep a good, trade agreement going, then yeah, that's great for fucking us. Then all we have to worry about is the fuck, I forgot what word I was about to say. God, I've been drinking.
Shipping?
No, the fucking cost of inflation. Like, then inflation's only going to affect us. But, because we're not paying any reciprocal tariffs. So that's why I think that in a time when you've got hyperinflation, it's kind of a bad time to enforce all these super fucking high tariffs and shit,
Huh.
Look, taxation's theft, and we got to figure out a way to get our fucking money back. Well, yeah, if they quit fucking taxing us, like, don't fucking do both. It's one or the other. Either tax the shit out of us like you're doing, or fucking don't fucking do the tariffs. Like, give us fucking cheap goods and services. Like,
tariffs in, because I don't want taxes.
Well, me neither, but it's just a fucking really shitty situation of, the consumer, the people are the ones that are taking the fucking hit on it. Not our fucking politicians, not the goddamn government. Like, fuck it. If they want to fucking dick with this shit, then they need to take the fucking tariff, whatever the tariff cost is, and say, okay, well, we'll run a kitty. Fucking every time there's a tariff, you fucking add it up, and at the end of the year, fucking the government's going to pay it out of our fucking tax budget. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. We don't see where our taxes are going anyways. Like, fucking all the money I pay in taxes every year, what the fuck is to show for it? You know what I mean? I see fucking roads out here that need to be fucking repainted. I see schools that need to be fucking, either rebuilt or renovated. Fucking hospitals, fucking all this shit. Everything that we use needs to be renovated or fixed up, or something needs to be done, modernized. But guess what? Our fucking county annexes look fucking phenomenal. Or those fucking politicians that are sitting in those fucking, big chairs in those nice leather chairs, they got badass salaries. They're pulling up in fucking G-Wagons. They're pulling up in fucking Escalades. They're pulling up in whatever they got. They got ranches. They're going out fucking hunting on these fucking hunting trips at King Ranch and all this shit. Like, is that what my fucking tax dollars are paying for? Meanwhile, you got veterans fucking on the street begging for fucking money. You got fucking, uneducated people because our fucking, school system is essentially fucking everyone. Like, you got kids that don't know if they're fucking boy, girls, or kittens. Like, our shit's so fucked up. Like, and I think a lot of it, like, look, where's our fucking tax money go? Tell me where fucking you see the benefit of our fucking taxes. It fucks us. Like, balanced budget, hold accountability, term limits, and fucking, where the fuck does the money go? Quit these fucking black books. Like, all these fucking covert fucking black programs. Like, how is that not constitutional? You know what I mean? Like, the IRS can come in and audit us whenever they fucking want, and we got to show them fucking every goddamn square of toilet paper that we fucking buy to wipe our fucking ass with, every fucking toothpick we use, fucking every pen, pencil, fucking, you know, they want to jump in our fucking shit and get all personal. Let's get personal with the government. Where the fuck is our money going? We're paying way too much fucking tax money. And then fucking you got motherfuckers like Nancy Pelosi that are fucking making a killing on fucking insider trading bullshit. Because you know that's what it is. She ain't losing. Fuck, it's pretty funny when there's a fucking app that you can trade with the bitch and make an assload of fucking money. Like, fuck, man. Our shit's so fucked up.
I was hoping Doge would do a lot more. But Doge, I think that one of Doge's best discoveries that I found, that I remember them finding, was at the Treasury when they would process payments. One of the things they found, I believe, was Treasury in its history had never denied a payment ever. In
Really?
their system, yeah. In their system, they're like when they process the payments, which I guess is like one is like an ancient ass system too, never been updated. But there was like whenever like in where you choose like the who, what, when, where, why, and how much and everything, there was basically a way for you to put like how much, and you can put in where to send it, like to who, but you didn't have to put a reason or what for. So like you could just, you didn't have to put why you were sending it. You know what I mean?
No shit.
Yeah. And that was one of the things that they put in, like you put in like a change to the system where like you cannot send money without putting why. You know what I mean?
Hence why Elon Musk was a fucking enemy to the fucking state.
Yeah. And it was one of those things of like, I want to say that they were able to not track, but like find like over $2 trillion unaccounted for because it didn't have why it was sent.
Holy shit.
Or where it went to exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, and if fucking the IRS finds fucking $100 unaccounted for in our personal budget in an audit, they fucking fine the shit out of us or they're going to arrest us. That is fucking fraud. That is bullshit. I don't know, bro. Like, some of this shit is just, it's so fucking crazy. So fucked up. Like, our shit is way fucked up.
Yeah.
No way around it, man. You know, but it's a situation where, you know, I don't know. Like, I think I trust Elon Musk. I think I trust him more than others. You know what I mean? Like the motherfucker's got $400 billion. Like, he don't need shit from anyone. Yeah, it's like, that's why I think you can trust him more than anything. And then now that he came out with like that new fucking encrypted fucking X chat and all that shit, like, yeah. I think he's trying to do the right thing. Like him, you know, taking over fucking X and, you know, essentially letting freedom of speech be freedom of speech, you know, freedom of expression. Like, I think he's pushing it a long way. So I think, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing him as a president. You know what I mean? I think I trust him more than other motherfuckers.
Yeah, but unfortunately can't.
I know. It's a shame when you fucking got good goddamn people that, you know, you can't utilize where you need them. Because who else do you trust? You know, no one. He just seemed like he's doing the right thing.
No, he definitely does. He's definitely more American than a lot of Americans. You know what I mean?
Well, a lot of, you know, legal immigrants are. You know what I mean? If you go around and you ask, you know, some of these legal immigrants that came here legally, that have gone through the process, you ask them shit about, you know, our Constitution or our country or, our history, they can spout that shit off. You ask fucking someone here who's lived here for fucking 32 years and they don't know shit. Yeah, no fucking idea. And that's a goddamn shame. Is that our education system or is that fucking society? Like,
entitlement.
I don't know. Yeah. Like it's a fucked up situation, man. Like, I don't know. It is so much of a fucking shame, some of the shit that is just surrounding and encompassing, our existence here in this fucking country. But it is what it is. I guess we deal with what we deal with, and either that or we move to fucking Uruguay or fucking Denmark. Fuck, but no, I'm going to keep being an American. I'm going to keep being me, and, fuck.
That's what we do.
Push against fucking, the censorship that we're getting, wherever we're getting it, and,
and just keep being anarchists until the day we die.
Absolutely. Look, what they don't understand is, you've got too many fucking, guys that bleed fucking green out there right now, guys that bleed red, white, blue, whatever. And they have a moral compass and they're not going to let this shit slide. We're going to keep fucking, doing our own investigation, for free, no cost. We're just going to use our time, our money. We're going to sit here and we're going to fucking figure this shit out because right is right and wrong is wrong. And this is bullshit. It's complete bullshit. It's a shame. It's a shame.
It's funny because they think just because we don't work for the Fed that we don't have our own resources.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, they're working so hard at covering this shit up. We're going to work twice as hard. And hey, we've got a bigger fucking staff. Look, if you put all of us together and consider us as one organization, we've got a much bigger personnel pool, I think. And if you put all of our resources and our little dumbass fucking brains together, look, you got a dumb fucking redneck like me that fucking came up with a fucking crazy fucking conspiracy theory about fucking alternate alloys. Like, why aren't other people talking about that? Why has no one else thought about that? Like, sometimes you got to think outside the box a little bit. And that's where answers come from. And that's where you figure shit out. You know what I mean? Like, for fuck's sakes. And you've got fucking, hundreds of thousands of us that are all fucking crazy as fuck and just sitting there and like our mind spinning, being on goddamn Adderall and fucking cocaine and shit, just fucking wired up and being like, let's get this shit going, bro. Let's figure this shit out. Staying up for fucking, 14, 18 hours a day, fucking just researching this shit.
Yeah. We ain't gonna stop.
Nope. And they can't kill us all.
Well, I think it's a good point to wrap up. I think we got some good stuff in.
Hold on. Not yet. Would you rather?
I might.
Okay, we were just talking about numbers and calculations. Would you rather stick your dick in a glory hole that you know for a fact that there's a gay dude that's a biter is on the other side, on the mouth side? Or...
Hold up. You clarified for what reason on the mouth side?
Because I just have to make sure you know that you're sticking your dick through the glory hole.
What? The glory hole.
Because last time fucking semantics were involved and you were like, well, I don't have to go to completion. Okay. So now we're in.
Is there a different glory hole that's not a mouth side? It's a glory hole.
Well, no, I mean, like you can be, one side is the dick side and one side's the mouth side. So you're going to be on the dick side and there's going to be a gay guy that is a biter on the receiving, the mouth side. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Or you be on the mouth side and you have a 30% chance that is a chick on the dick side with a strap on that sticks a fake dick through the hole. My alcohol works better when my brain works better when my alcohol's in it.
You just made my brain hurt even more. What the fuck did you just say?
You're not damn right.
Oh, God. Now you sound like a German.
Okay, stick your dick in a glory hole that you know a gay dude that bites is on the other side, so the receiving side, the mouth side, or you be on the mouth side, so the receiving side, and have a 30% chance that it's a chick with a strap-on on the dick side of the hole.
Okay, so yeah, no, I'd rather be on the receiving side because that gives me a 70% chance that it's not. So that's an easy choice.
No, it's a 70% chance it's a real dick.
No. You said
It's a 30%.
No, you said it's a, but you didn't say that there was a guy. You said it was a chick with a 30% chance that she'll have a strap on. So that means
no, quit doing semantics, you fucking cunt. Fine. Okay, fine. I'm gonna fuck you up with the worst one. Would you rather lick chocolate syrup or honey off my balls? Yeah, you want to go semantics? I'm gonna fuck you up with that one.
Chocolate or what?
Chocolate syrup or honey off my balls? Yeah, no semantics in this one, bitch.
Really trying to be black, aren't you?
Why?
Chocolate syrup.
How's? Oh, because my balls would be. Oh, I'm like sitting here. I'm like, what? I was confused.
Trying to do a version of blackface down there.
Mm-hmm.
I like sweet stuff, so I'll go honey.
Both of them are sweet.
No, I like really sweet.
Yeah, but I can't believe you picked honey, man. Like, honey is like so sticky and coarse and like sticks on there. Like, you got to work to get it off. Chocolate's not nearly as sticky. So essentially, you're saying you just want to spend more time licking my balls. That's kind of how I'm taking it. Like, we're talking semantics here. Like, now I'm seeing it as like it's going to take you longer to get all the honey off my nutsack.
Somebody said I had to get it all off.
I did. Semantics. I picked the semantics on this one.
Oh, no, you picked semantics. All right.
Fuck.
I got one for you. Pick the semantics on this, bitch. Would you rather? So, you know a luge, right? Like, you know, like an ice luge, where people do like
pour
a shot,
alcohol down it, and then you take. Yeah.
Would you rather do or have give me your two favorite types of beers?
Miller Lite or Dos Equis.
Miller Lite or Dos Equis. So, would you rather Miller Lite or Dos Equis luge down my ass crack into your mouth?
Clean ass or end of the day ass?
End of the day, but I'll make it a little bit easier. End of the day, but I haven't taken a shit. Just sweaty.
Oh, that's fucking easy. Dos Equis. Everyone drinks fucking Dos Equis with salt and lime anyways. Fuck, man, you made that one easy on me. God damn. I'm taking it all fucking day long. You think I haven't drank beer off worse fucking shit than at your ass? Fuck. I drink a lot and do dumb shit. I probably drank fucking alcohol off. I've drinking fucking shots out of belly buttons before. Have you ever stuck your finger in your belly button and smelled it? That motherfucker's way worse than a fucking ass.
Dude, real quick. When I first started my job, after I got out of the military, there's this kid, my job, they do this like, internship program, kids fresh out of college. It's like, they'll do 1 year at different sites for a leadership program. And so he was at our site for a year and, he's fresh out of college, real young. And so he's quite annoying, but he was all right. But at the time, it was me and a couple other veteran guys in the office area. And you could tell that this kid had zero real world, like, hardship experience. Like, you could tell he'd really been through nothing. Yeah, you had me and a guy, another Marine that used to work with me. And he had been to Afghanistan and another Army dude who had been to Iraq. And this kid came in, he was like, "Hey, Rusty." I was like, "What's up?" And this is the question he posed to me. And it just caught me off guard because I was like, really? That's your would you? It was almost like a would you rather, right? But, and it made me laugh because to think that was the worst case scenario he could come up to me. It made me think like, oh my God, no, like, why would you ask me that? Right. Because my office is in the warehouse. And he was like, for $1,000. He's like,
I'm doing it.
would you, huh?
Yeah, right. I'm doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But he's like, for $1,000.
Cash or check.
Yeah. He's like, for $1,000, would you lick continuously 100 feet of the warehouse floor? And I looked at him. I was like, I'd look.
Are you a toddler?
I was like, I'd do it for $100.
Yeah.
You know, he was like, are you serious? I was like, are you serious? I was like, what? I was like, I'd lick 1,000 feet for $1,000. Like, what are you talking about? And then like the other two veterans are like, yeah, like, what do you mean? Like, what are we talking about? Like, he's like, do you realize what that floor is? I was like, and I looked at him, I was like, do you realize where we've been in this world? Like, what makes you think that warehouse is the worst place that we've ever set foot on? You know? And he was just like, but I was like, no, but nothing. I was like,
oh, fuck.
We have eaten in the worst parts of this world. I will eat my lunch off of that warehouse floor and walk away with nothing. I was like, I've eaten in Afghanistan, damn it.
Oh yeah.
You can go fuck yourself. I will go lick that floor right now for $5. I was enlisted. There was nothing I won't do for a $20 bill.
Bitch, you must never have eaten the fucking omelet MRE cold. Like, after doing that, you'll do anything on fucking nothing fucking.
But I was just like, I don't understand what makes you think that we're above anything in this world for money once you've been enlisted. Like,
yeah.
But I wanted to share that with you and the people, because I thought that was just a pinnacle of like, you have suffered no hardships in this life if you think that $1,000 for licking 100 feet of the warehouse floor is above par for someone like me.
Oh yeah. It's like, bro, have you even got hair on your balls yet? Like, fuck.
That's like asking me, like, hey, I dare you go drink water from the garden hose.
Oh my God. I think
that's water
better.
We should, I was like, bro, which by the way, I think we should start our own like water company, call it like garden hose.
Hose water. Hey, did you see those shirt designs I did today?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I liked it. It was pretty cool.
Those are cool for dads. Like, those are real cool for fucking dads. I'm trying to figure out which ones I like best, just because, yeah. But no, good. Hey, got a fucking band I want you to check out when you got downtime.
All right.
Joe Jordan. And the song look up is was it Born to Be Broken or Born Broken? Fucking phenomenal. Yeah, it's Born to Be Broken. I'm sure it is. Born to Be Broken. Fuck. Well, a lot of his shit's good, but fucking he's an up and comer and fucking a little bit different on the country side, kind of like a raspy, more of like an alternative fucking, but fucking phenomenal. I was listening to him today in the truck and I was like, man, I gotta fucking tell you about this guy. Like, he is fucking good.
All right.
But listen to him. All right. Hey, like, share, subscribe, jump over to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, as long as we can possibly stay on it. Hey, fucking, they're blocking our shit left and right, banning it. Fucking, I've got so many strikes on it, so that's ridiculous. But X, we're on everything. Go follow us on those. Share the shit out of our posts. Yeah, man, like, we're trying to do the good things. We're trying to get out there and fucking push on the censorship bullshit. Apparently you can't tell TikTok that you're against censorship or they fucking censor you more. But yeah, get out there. Thank y'all for listening. If any of y'all listen, and anyone that sees this that may have been subscribed to the platforms prior on Spotify and Apple, Amazon, and all that, Some of y'all may have dropped off of subscribers on there. Y'all might have to get in there and resubscribe. We changed some things up, and we actually lost a lot of our analytics and a lot of our stuff that we had going. So,
My bad. Sorry.
hey, fucking, I'm the dumbass for listening to this dumbass. But no, we got it fixed now. Everything should be good. And get over there, re-like it, resubscribe it. I don't think we didn't lose anything on YouTube, right? YouTube stayed good.
No, YouTube's fine.
Okay, YouTube's good. Yeah, so get over there, re-like it, resubscribe it. If you like and subscribe on one, go to the next one and like and subscribe it. Just because we want to have it on all platforms. You know, the more that we can get the word out and the more that they can see we're putting this word out, maybe it'll limit the amount that they are going to censor us on the dumb shit we say.
Maybe.
We push the boundaries a little bit, so fuck them. Oh, yeah, and fuck you, Kash Patel. I don't know how I feel about Dan Bongino yet, but I think fuck him, too. Him and his big-ass fucking forehead. And fucking Kash Patel is fucking retarded eyes.
He does. He is a little cross-eyed a little bit.
Yeah, he's got shifty eyes. He got fucking shifty fucking eyes.
All right, y'all. We're out of here. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace, bitches. Texas forever.
Huh?